Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your show, Minuto Xtra. This is one of your hosts, Coach Dane. And with me, we have.
Mr. Lovo.
You got Benchwarmer Surge.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ Hav in the mix.
Hey,
Whoa, let's
on
go,
the
let's
ones and
go.
twos.
Let's go, DJ Javi this time. Last week was Papa Hav. Now we got DJ Hav.
Different man, different time.
Yeah,
Every
different
week.
jersey. Coach, what do we have for this week's episode?
So we had an exciting week last week. We had some games of Europa League, Champions League, some transfer rumors, and so on. Of course, we're gonna get straight to Europe. We're gonna go the Europa League with some results from last week, fixtures, analysis of some games, and what have you not. So let's get started with the results from last week. Of, for example, Copenhagen, I can pronounce that name. They defeated Istanbul Basaksehir. I think that's how you pronounce it. Team from Turkey, 3-0. No
3-0.
surprise over there. Shakhtar Donetsk beat Wolfsburg 3-0 again. Again, no surprise. Wolfsburg has been last place in the German league for quite some time. Inter Milan, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but they defeated Getafe 2-0. Again, remember last week I was saying the Getafe, they only won one game in the last 11 matches, so that definitely showed. And last but not least, this game was already, over on the first leg when United beat this team 5-0. Now they beat them 2-1. Jesse Lingard with another goal.
Yeah, Jesse Lingard. Leading Garnino. That's our man, Serge.
And then
he might be on his way out though.
Nah.
Facts. Javi loves Lingard.
Yeah. He loves him.
And then next on Thursday, we had Leverkusen beating Rangers. Sevilla defeating Roma. That was a good game.
That was very good. Sevilla proved me wrong, I think.
Roma had a red card.
Yeah. FC Basel beat Frankfurt. And last but not least, Wolverhampton Wolves defeated Olympiacos 1-0. A goal by the Mexican Raul Jimenez. And the reason why I went through, pretty quickly with the results, because, those games were predictable results. Nothing crazy happened. Not so much exciting games. However, today we had two great games. One unexpectedly went to overtime. I'll let Lovo talk about that. And the other game, it was an amazing game between Inter and Leverkusen. So I'm going to let you guys take over now. Unfortunately, I had to work. I had to coach. I wasn't able to watch neither game. So, Love, if you want to start with the Inter Milan Leverkusen game.
Yeah. Let me pull that up real quick. So, my boy, Big Rom dominating the Italian league. 31 goals in all competitions, proving that.
Oh, Lukaku.
Lukaku, proving the system wrong. And the man, it was basically United's fault that was like holding him back. His style was not him. He had to play more forward, but they weren't playing that well. But during the first half of Inter and Leverkusen, pretty much standard. Lukaku saving their asses. Kai Havertz, what a goal from them. And from the second half, Conte was just parking that bus, not letting Leverkusen even going through. To be honest, the only thing I really have to say is just I see Inter going to the finals from this time, right? Go, Coach. Serge, anything you got to say?
Well, I didn't get to see the game, but I did see the highlights, and I think Lukaku has been trending up. I think they've been hitting on all cylinders post-COVID. So Alexis Sanchez is looking good too. And I think Conte has the team where he wants them to be now, and they're just completely focused on that Europa League, win. They want that trophy. So Inter is looking real strong, and let's see how they go going forward. I mean, I think their semifinal game, they're waiting on the
Shakhtar and FC Basel.
Yeah, so I think they have an easy road to the final. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on what Lobo said. I completely agree, and what Serge said. I think Inter's got an easy way into the final, and they're looking sharp. Like you said, Lukaku's looking like a forward, looking like a man on a mission. And I'm kind of excited to see if he gets to the final and Man United potentially gets to the final. Oof. That's just it's gonna be nice to watch that, honestly. Sweet revenge for Lukaku, and he would deserve it.
Ashley Young too.
Yo, Ashley Young. Yo, wait, Sanchez too.
Oh
Yeah.
yo.
Christian Eriksen too is winning to that too.
Yeah, what an
Tottenham. That'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, what a potentially interesting story could be brewing there. But yeah, I 100% agree. One thing I wanted to point it out was about Kai Havertz, and you could just tell, man, that kid is class. The way he just cuts through defense, it's beautiful to see, you know. And if Chelsea gets him, oof, I fear for the league, man. I fear for the league. They're gonna be challenging, I think, if they get him. So yeah.
Yeah, like you're saying, it will be a great addition for Chelsea. Again, I still think Chelsea should focus more on the defensive third, especially with a goalkeeper, some center backs. But hey, if you are able to win games 5-4, 6-4, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you win them, as long as they score on you, they score one on you, you score two on them. That's what my coach used to say. Horrible coach. Now moving on to from what I saw the highlights, like you guys were saying, Inter Leverkusen, it was a close game. Inter put in their experience on play. They have more experience than the Leverkusen players. There was a penalty kick called against Inter, but VAR said no, keep game on, keep playing. So Leverkusen couldn't take advantage of that. Towards the end, Conte did what Italians do, try to park the bus. Leverkusen tried to attack, but it wasn't enough. Reminder now, these games are, they're final, one game only.
Yeah.
You lose, you go home. Again, all these games for the Europa League, they're being played in Germany. The Champions League ones, all of them are being played in Portugal. So again, it's neutral ground for both teams. So no one really has an advantage. One game, win or go home. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see that. I'm glad Inter went through. Then the semis, like we said before, they're winning for the winner of Shakhtar or FC Vassal. They should easily beat either of those two teams and make it to the final.
Yeah.
Now moving on to the next game, I was shocked. Again, I was coaching. I kept looking at the scores and when I'm 0-0. Okay, that's fine. Minute 60, 0-0. I'm like, okay. 80th minute, 0-0. I'm like, all right, what's going on? Overtime.
Right.
I was like, whoa. So
I'm
sure
the penalty came in the 95th minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally in the last couple seconds.
I'm sure Lovo saw this game, right, Lovo?
Yeah, I saw I watched mostly the second half. The first half I was on my phone. I was doing something prior, but I'm gonna tell you what happened right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Motherfuckers, Man United. What the fuck did I see on that field? I feel like most of the players are tired.
Guys.
They're mostly tired, and I could see why because Ole's been working them. But now we're playing our first team. First half, 0-0, nothing from them. I was surprised. I was yelling. I was like, no, this is pure BS that I'm seeing from United right now. Like, my dudes, you gotta take advantage of this, man. We're trying to get to the final. We're trying to get a trophy, catch up to Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. Like, we need something right here. Like, we need to win this shit. But nah, like we're playing like it's like a kiddie toy right now. Like the first half was like so much errors from my boy Maguire, 80 mil Maguire. I'm like, oh my god,
I love that name. I love that name.
But the second half, there's slight difference. There was a goal from what's his name, Greenwood.
Fernandez?
Greenwood. But that was ruled offside, and I was like, that was a clear offside. I don't know what's going on with United at this game. The second half, they improved a little bit more, but it's just they needed something more, and I'm so surprised that it took extra time to get a goal, but a goal that was another penalty. This is their 15th penalty in this season. This says a lot because I'm comparing this to Madrid, who kept getting penalty and penalty, relying on penalties. And
you guys are going back to the Fergie era with what was the name of the ref? Webb? Howard Webb used to give United penalties every game.
And bro, it's like the second half was like, oh my god. Bless you, Fernandez, for coming to United. Another penalty was good. Top left, I believe it was. I don't know. Like I said this in the group chat. If United keep playing like this, they're not gonna make it through the semifinals. Wolves or Sevilla will knock them out. And
that's exactly how I feel too, Lobo.
Yeah.
Like this Manchester United team is not gonna beat the Wolves or Sevilla. So it's tough road ahead. I mean, hopefully they don't show what they showed, this previous game. Like they need to go back to how they ended the Premier League. So I don't know, man.
This team should have been easy. At least 3 goals to go in. At first half, 1. The second had 2.
I heard the goalkeeper did amazing from there. I'm
gonna talk about that. This man Johnson did 5 amazing saves. Shut down Martial. Shut down Rashford. Shut down Greenwood. This man is a phenomenal goalkeeper, and this is the Danish league. If you want a goalkeeper, call up Johnson right now. He's probably like 40 mil at least.
That's a lot of money for a Danish. That's a lot of money for a Danish keeper.
Yeah, his stock definitely went up though.
This game probably went up 40 mil. Last thing I want to just touch upon is just like carrying on to what Coach said. My dude, you're playing like you're playing a final. Play like a final. Don't do some fuck ups, man. The first half, everyone's doing shit. They're all doing shit, man. This is David Moyes, Man United I'm seeing. I'm like, no, man. That's not the way it goes, man. If it wasn't for Fernandez, God, man, it would have gone to penalties and we'd probably fuck it up because of Johnson. But we're in the semifinals right now, waiting for Sevilla or Wolves. I'm gonna talk about that later, but Serge, just take off my anger from this game, please.
I mean, just saying, going off of what you said, this United team, I don't think would be able to beat the Wolves or Sevilla. I think they just kind of like oversaw them. I don't think they thought that, they would give them too much of a problem, but, obviously and clearly they did. I mean, if it wasn't for that late penalty, I mean, who knows what would have happened. But man, I think they'll bounce back. I think, it's a reality check. I'll be like, yo, we were going down to the wire. Like, we definitely need to step up. And, I think they'll step up in their rebound after this down to the wire win, What about you, Javi?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I just feel like, they struggled to break them down, and the goalkeeper did have a good game. And I really think Copenhagen just showed up for the game, and Man United didn't know what to expect from them. I don't think they were prepped mentally for what they're going through. I think this is an important cup run. Like Lovo said, this is a huge chance to get one up on Arsenal and whatever other teams you want to throw into the mix from the English league to win a big trophy, regardless of what we think of it. And I don't think mentally they were prepared for it. I think Copenhagen was clearly – they were up for the fight, And it looked like they wanted it a little bit, just as much, if not more than them. So it's actually kind of scary because once you come up against a Wolves or a Sevilla, it's going to be a different ball game. And I think if Man United advanced, but once they come up against Wolves or Sevilla, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult, So it's interesting to see. We have to wait and see if they're gonna make it.
Lovo, do you think why do you think he played with Romero, Bailey, and Fred? Just because they were playing an easy team, or he's trying to rotate like he has been doing for Europa League?
I would have to go with both. They saw this maybe potentially as easy team, so he decided to be a little rotation, but giving Fred a chance, Eric Bailly. I love Bailly. I love him. He's good. But he's inconsistent because of the injuries. The one player I hate that I'm shitting on every single time is Brandon fucking Williams.
But unfortunately, you don't have anyone else.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem. We need another LB. I wish Shaw was not. No, I don't want him again. But I wish Shaw wasn't injured. But Williams, unfortunately, we had to play Williams, which is the kid just he thinks he's like. I love how he has that mentality of like, yo, I'm going up against you, but you got to think back again. Like, you're gonna get creamed. You're giving the ball away. You need to go back to the academy. We need someone better than you.
Back to the academy.
The one thing that I like is keep Romero. Even if we go to the semifinals, keep Romero on the goal field. I give De Gea a break, man. Give this man a break. We don't want like another mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if Soldier puts De Gea for the semifinals, depending on Wolves or Sevilla. If it's Wolves, guarantee you'll see De Gea. If it's Sevilla, maybe we'll see Romero, to be honest. But I wanted to actually see more of Chung. Chung is phenomenal attacking. Like, I every time I see Chung on the field, I get excited because I don't know what I'll get out of him. He's a fast youth player. I want to see more Chung. I actually want to see more of what's his face. Actually, no. Yeah, a little bit more of him because he's the Europa League. He had a phenomenal run. He scored in the Europa League about 4 goals. I want to say 4 goals that for the cup. I want to see him like be a starter for the semifinals. Maybe play him and Martial together, two strikers up front, maybe. But honestly, every time when I see Fred and Pogba together, I'm anxious because Fred. I don't know what Mourinho saw in Fred when he first bought him. I don't know. I don't know what he saw him. I think he saw as a cheap alternative to whatever he wanted before, which was Fernandes. But I want to see again. This is the problem. We have to play this like a final, so we can't rest up all with this squad right now. We can't rest them up. But like, I would want to see some rotation, but unfortunately, we have a tough game.
No, you
next
can't.
game.
You can't rotate anymore. Maybe this was the last game of rotation. That's about it. Because next game you got semis against a tough team, either Wolverhampton or Sevilla, and then you got the final most likely against Inter. There's no room for rotation.
Yeah.
So to talk about the fixtures, tomorrow's game, I believe they play tomorrow.
They do.
Wolverhampton against Sevilla. Sevilla ended the La Liga really well. They were one of the few teams who actually almost didn't drop as many points. They have Sergio Reguilón, who's playing amazing, the lonely left back from Real Madrid. They have Lucas Ocampos, the left midfielder, also playing really well. And up top, they have Joseph and Nesri. I don't know. He's a striker from Algeria. He's also Morocco.
Okay.
He's also playing really well. So again, with the coach Lopetegui, he's bringing this chemistry with the team. When you see them play, like it's great. It's a good team to watch. They play, you tiki taka, whatnot. Jesus Navas on the right side, Reguilón on the left. They have great right and left backs that keep going up and down and creating chances for their teams. So I don't think it will be an easy game for Wolves, especially with the 3-5-2 formation. I think Navas and Reguilón they're gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So I do see Sevilla winning this game, and then on the other game, Shakhtar FC Basel.
Shakhtar.
Unfortunately, I don't really know much about those two teams, but historically, Shakhtar has always been better. Especially in the Europa League, they made it to like 3 finals in the past 10 years, I believe, 7 years, something like that. So I do see Shakhtar playing Inter and Sevilla playing Manchester United. What do you guys think?
I totally agree with you, Coach. I see Sevilla playing because they have a phenomenal run this season. It's going to be tough for Wolves because they slipped up with Chelsea. So that kind of brings like a little, not a strong finish, but we'll see. This is Europa League. Europa League, Champions League are 2 different competitions. They bring up the best or the worst of your team. But I will go with Sevilla 2-1.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm going to go with Sevilla on this too. I mean, they ended tied with Atletico Madrid in the Spanish league. And like you said, they didn't drop a lot of points. Reguilón's doing fantastic, like Coach Daniel said. I pretty much have them winning. It's going to be a tough game, even though, the Wolves didn't end that well, but they're still a strong team. I think this might go into extra time, actually. I'd probably say maybe I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. It'll probably be like a 1-0. I'm gonna give 1-0 to Sevilla. And I got Shakhtar. I mean, I don't know too much about those two teams either, but Shakhtar is a name, so I'm gonna give the nod to Shakhtar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shakhtar too. I don't know too much about them either, unfortunately. But touching a little bit about Wolves versus Sevilla, I don't know. I'm gonna go against you guys a little bit here. Go against the grade. I'm gonna say Wolves are gonna win 2-0. I just feel like that midfield is being underestimated. They are workhorses. I don't know how tired they're gonna be from the last week of playing, which could factor into it. But I think that there's something brewing in that camp. And, if they win this competition, it's Champions League for them, and that's a lot right there. It's monies. It's money for that team, and
you are riding with Wolves all the way to the finals, man.
Yeah, I really think I think they're gonna win. I think if they beat Sevilla, I think Sevilla is an easier test for them than Man United. I think Man United, because it's an English team, for some reason mentally, like they'll feel like they have the upper hand, But I think I'm gonna go with Wolves for this, and I think that midfield is gonna show why they're so dominant in the Premier League.
I was gonna say that out of all the teams who are fighting to win this competition, Wolverhampton is the only one that are not qualified to the Champions League. Shakhtar, Basel, Inter, United, they're already qualified for the Champions League. So Wolverhampton, they do need to win this competition to make it to the to the big league, to the Champions League. And just to throw some data, I was talking about the Sevilla ended up really well. In their last 19 games, they only lost one game. So I don't know. Hopefully they bring.
And you're coming with the stats.
Hopefully they bring it to the table. I personally want Wolves to win. I like Wolves. I like how they play. I personally want Wolves to win, but I think Sevilla's gonna take it. So moving on from the Europa League, we are gonna go to a segment that it's sponsored by Mr. Lobo. We're gonna get a sponsor soon. We're gonna get a sponsor soon for this segment. I got you, Lobo. I'm working on something. So
right.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna give you a sponsor for this segment, your segment. It's called the Transfer Rumors. So Lobo, what do you have for us?
All right. First, do you have the cards?
I do not.
Okay,
because I didn't think because I'm the only one who have them.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So
you can just put like a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah. So the first thing we have is Havertz has confirmed that he's agreed a deal with Chelsea and that he'll definitely go there once Leverkusen win or lose. They lost today, so that ends the Europa League. So we'll expect Chelsea and Havertz deal fully completed by this week. I expect a announcement this Friday by Havertz. Is like we talked about this earlier before, but Hazard going to Chelsea is busting their attack. That midfield looks incredible at the moment. Is this a good deal for Chelsea or not?
I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a great, it's a great deal for Chelsea. Again, like what we were talking about before. Again, I don't know. They need him, but I think they still should invest those 90, 100 mil in the back end. But again, great player. I guess you can compare him to someone like De Bruyne. Same style of play, playing the through balls, breaking those lines. He's quick. He's actually, I think, he has definitely more pace than De Bruyne does. He's more like he used to be a winger, so I think that's why he has this, the style of play. Lately in Leverkusen, he's been playing as a false number 9. So Lampard can really use him anywhere. He can. Middle third, he's three midfielders as a winger, or from time to time maybe alternate with Werner, and just move those pieces around. So good move.
Yeah, I think it's a good move too. I mean, I think we all see what Lampard's trying to do. Trying to go attack heavy, and not worrying too much about the back end, because I don't see any type of names being thrown out, or I don't see too many discussions on defense, or even on the goalkeeper part in that aspect. So I think they're going attack heavy, and I think that's going to be the style of play that they go. So I think it's a good move, especially with who they already have on the bench. That those young recruits, the young players. I think Chelsea is going to be a force to reckon with this upcoming season.
I think this is a big move for them. This is a powerhouse move. But the one thing I'm gonna talk about, if he's coming to the Premier League, I think he's gonna have to adjust for the first 2 months, and I don't think we're gonna see anything like we've seen in the last year for him. It's not gonna be the same in the Premier League. I think he's gonna struggle to adapt. I think the pace will be different for him. He'll get accustomed to the pace, but I just think the roughness and the teams that he plays, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes about it. And personally, if Chelsea doesn't bolster up that defense, it's going to be irrelevant, like Daniel said, because once you start the Premier League and you start getting shook like that, and you see you're leaking goals, those players are confidence players. And once those confidence players see that they're just leaking goals and therefore those goals are worthless, then they're just going to lose all morale. So if he doesn't bolster that defense, I also potentially worry about how far they're going to get in the league. If they bolster even a little bit, I can see them finishing top 3. If they don't, I think they're going to slip and go to 6th. I don't see them pushing that hard.
All right.
Do we have any transfer rumors on that level? Do we have any defenders in the mix for Chelsea?
At the moment, no talks at the moment. Actually, no, there's one. Chilwell, something like that.
That's been going on since last season, but I don't know.
But that's the rumors at the moment. Lampard definitely wants Chilwell, Englishman as a defender. Brings it up here. Next one. This one's for you, Serge. The sporting director of Dortmund has said that Sancho is staying at Dortmund. The deal, United was supposed to struck a deal today, 10 p.m. No, not 10 p.m.
Midnight.
Yeah, midnight for them. Nothing is there. Supposedly that's dead, but United are going to push through and try to strike a deal, something like that. If anything happens, United has to pay 120 mil up front. Does United have any chances of signing Sancho in the next 3 months? Starting now. Go.
Hey, yo. Fuck that sporting director, bro. You know Manchester United's going to get it done. I mean, they're going to have to strike some sort of deal because that's Manchester United plan A and probably plan B. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get Sancho. I just think, like I told you guys earlier in text message, just pretty much them saying you just have to up that price. But I'm also hearing, rumors of Sancho's demands too with his wages and those agent fees supposedly. I mean, I think it's just here and there, but I think it's gonna get done, man. I think Borussia Dortmund is doing what they need to do. They're putting the ball all on their court and they're putting the pressure on Man U to strike something. So it's gonna happen. So, they can talk all they want, but for sure, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen 100%. It needs to happen for all of our sakes.
Javi.
I mean, I don't know if Sancho going to United is the best move for him personally. I don't think it is. I think he should just go back to City personally. I really think that Pep will get more out of him as a winger.
But City has stacked team. Will he even get first team playing time is the question.
Absolutely, he will. I don't think Pep is disrespectful to his youth players. Look at Phil Foden. He is a legacy player for him. He is somebody that he sees as a legacy character, so he sees them leading the team in the future. And Sancho's from Man City, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so bringing Sancho home, it'd be a big statement for them. And I think if they really want to assert their dominance, they should splash the cash for Sancho. Not only will it piss off every United fan, but it'll just help bolster up that bench and the squad, especially after losing Sané. They could, in theory, use somebody, to replace him.
They actually bought Ferran Torres for that replacement.
But Sancho, I don't know. I think Sancho's different levels, bro. In my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel?
I don't think he's worth 120 million. To be honest, I haven't really seen him play that many games. I don't follow the Bundesliga as much, or Dortmund for that matter. From the few games I've seen, yeah, he's a good winger. He takes some players, he makes some great skills and whatnot. but I don't think he's consistent enough to be worth 120 mil. Yeah, he's from City, but I don't see him going back to City. Too much money. City already spent 40 for Nathan Ake. They spent 40, I think, for the Fran Torres. What's his name?
Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres, the Valencia player.
Yeah.
So, like Serge was saying, the definitely playing that game is like, I'm gonna say no, but low key I want you to offer more money. Like playing hard to get, playing hard to catch, basically.
Let's be honest. They're gonna splash it. They spent 80 mil.
I do think it's gonna happen, but I just think it's gonna be dumb to spend 120 million for him. I don't know. Let's see.
My last thought on Sancho thing. I hate that we're splashing on cash. To be honest, I prefer Kingsley Coman, 24 years old. I feel like that's more of a cheaper option. Maybe, I don't know yet, but I'm a big.
But he has a lot of injuries too.
But I'm a huge Kingsley Coman fan because when he's fit,
why? Because he's French.
You already know.
Yeah.
Viva la France. All right.
After last week, I don't like French players anymore.
All right. This one's for Madrid fans. So, according to this morning, Juve and Madrid. Dybala going to Madrid with a swap deal of Isco and Cruz plus cash.
No,
what?
Thank you. No.
This is a rumor, and Zidane's looking to maybe offload some players. Definitely Isco. Get rid of Isco. He's worthless to me. Worthless to Madrid at the moment. Dybala. Do I see Dybala come to Madrid? Hell no. That's not Dybala doesn't fit the Real Madrid system right there. If Madrid does this, then I will lose all respect to them because Dybala is just sticking to your Serie A BS, all right? Because if you come to another league, you're going to get hurt, kid. Coach, give me your thoughts of this.
So, yeah, like you're saying, different style of leagues, different style of play. Dybala is literally your typical number 10 behind the striker. We already had that. We had Odegaard, we had James. For me, James is better than Dybala. I don't know. I guess I think I'm crazy. But for me, James is better than Dybala. And I know you love your Colombians, Lobo. So we already had a player. So if and we have Isco. Isco's okay. Maybe Isco's not as good as Dybala, but he's there in the ballpark. So I think it'll be dumb for us to drop 100 mil for a 26, 27-year-old player who, yeah, he's good, but he's not consistent. I'd rather bring back Odegaard, or even Kubo, or even Ceballos instead of bringing Dybala. So for me, it's definitely a no.
Serge?
Yeah, for me, it's a fat no too. I mean, like Coach Daniel was saying, I'd rather bring up Odegaard and have him start rather than having Dybala. I mean, Dybala does well in the Italian league, but he has Cristiano Ronaldo to kind of offset, what he brings to the table. So I think Odegaard. I mean, we still have Asensio. Like we have a lot of young talent on the bench, and we still have Gareth Bale. I mean, Gareth Bale's a completely different topic, but we still have those players on the bench that for some reason we're not using, and we saw that in this last Champions League game. That we'll leave that for the end, but there's no reason to bring Dybala for that amount of money too. Into our system, we just spent how much on Hazard? Like, it wouldn't make any sense to bring him on the Madrid side. So, that's a no for me.
Yeah, I think it's a big no for me too. I think career-wise for Dybala, it doesn't make sense. Real Madrid needs a refresh. Someone needs to hit the F5 on that team because they are just like
I like that.
It's incredible. And, their run in the league papered over the cracks, and I think they got it together. I think they're an amazing club, so they got their shit together faster than everybody else to get their shit together, so they did good. But the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of holes in that team, and they don't even look like the same team that we saw win all those Champions Leagues, which is incredible.
Dybala's not the answer.
Dybala is for sure not the answer. And I think Real Madrid fans should honestly be more worried about losing Zidane than getting players in, because I think
Zidane's going nowhere.
I don't know, man. Zidane is impulsive. he's gonna wake up one day, not feel good, and be like, "Oof."
That's a fact.
To be
Why
honest,
they throwing dirt on my name?
all right, man.
I just won La Liga. You feel me? Like,
Let's
why are people talking
let's
shit? I don't
leave
understand.
let's leave the Zidane talk for Champions League. Let's talk about that later. But this next transfer, there's actually transfer rumors are both for my man DJ Javi. Willian has left Chelsea and is expecting a 3-year deal for Arsenal. Now, I spoke to this last episode of the podcast.
I'm an Arsenal fan for the day. Actually,
I spoke to I mentioned this last episode. Definitely Arsenal need Willian. They need that figure, the mentality, so him and David Luiz help the youth that's coming off Saka.
Martinelli.
Martinelli. What's the number 11? That's Martinelli, right?
Quintanilla.
Yeah, and there was another one. But there was I don't know about Arsenal players, man. You know, Saka. Yeah. No, I already named him. It's the other one. Anyway. But there's another thing that has caught my attention for the Arsenal players. A loan deal for Coutinho. Now, I can see this a possibility because you guys might lose Ceballos. Arteta's convincing Ceballos to stay with him. He sees him as the project, build around him too. But
better give us good money.
But Arsenal are also looking at that Coutinho loan deal and be like, bringing a guy who did phenomenal in the Premier League. We also get Willian. I don't know. My man DJ Howie will extract these two rumors for me. Go ahead, Pav.
Yeah, man. I think those are two huge, massive rumors. I think a lot of people are convinced that Willian is going to Arsenal. And because of his manager, because of his allegiance to David Luiz, how they're close and everything. And it seems like we're slowly starting to build a small retirement home for Chelsea, in the club. But it's no big deal because, if you come and look what Peter Cech did, he did all right. He did his thing, right? David Luiz, he had his moments, but he helped win us the FA Cup. So I personally don't think Chelsea fans to this day realize what they're losing in Willian. I don't think they get it. He doesn't play like a 31-year-old. And it's the same thing that happened when Pedro came in for the FA Cup final. Pedro came in and looked like a 24-year-old at the peak of his power and ran through our defense within those moments. And once he got injured, I was like, wow, that game changed. And I think Willian is another one of those players. I think, regardless of what flank you put him on, I think he'll be all right. And he'll do equally as good as these kids would do, And I think he's predominantly there, yes, to play, but for that reason, to be a background force, to be someone the kids could look up to and be like, you know what? This is the bare minimum standard, and we have to push beyond that because he's not what we want to be the future, obviously, but he's someone we want to use for his experience, and I think that's okay. In regards to the Coutinho thing, though, that could be interesting, honestly. I think whether Ceballos leaves or stays will definitely influence how hard Arsenal push for that deal. But I think it's definitely a deal that they should try to get done. I think last year, in terms of midfield goals, we struggled so badly. And I know Coutinho isn't the best goal scorer, but he's definitely better than Xhaka and even Ceballos and even Guendouzi, and definitely better than Torreira. I haven't seen Torreira score. I don't remember Torreira scoring a goal since he scored against Tottenham. I'm definitely wrong, but that's the last goal I definitely remember from him. And I think it would make a difference for our whole midfield and our whole setup. I could see him, Aubameyang, Laka, and Pepe combining really well, and I'd be really excited for that combination. Will it happen?
It's all about rumors.
It's all rumors.
Be part of it.
Yeah. So
Serge?
Yeah, I think it will be interesting to see Coutinho play in an Arsenal system under Arteta. Coutinho, he's kind of like a forgotten player. He didn't play bad when he was with Barcelona. He just didn't. He's a creative player. So it's a Messi's team. Coutinho went in there, and I don't think he fit tactically with what Barcelona, the way they play. You know, he came and played with Bayern in that last game. I think he came on like as a sub, and I saw him, you know, taking some shots. His confidence is still there, and I think he still has, you know, something in the tank. And I think like Javi said, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, you know, Willian in that midfield, and Dani Ceballos stays. I think Arsenal becomes a real player in that top four, maybe even top three in the Premier League. So I think Coutinho would be a smart move for Arsenal. Probably their best move, I think, if they're gonna have any chances of, you know, being in that top 4-3 in the Premier League this upcoming season. So I think they're really good moves, and I think Willian's an older player, but I think his time at Chelsea is done. I mean, Lampard's moving on with the younger players, and we definitely see that with all the signings and the people that he's playing, especially with the 18-year-old Gilmore, which I have high praise for. So I think Willian and Coutinho would be an amazing addition to that Arsenal team.
Daniel?
Yeah, so going back to whatever you guys were saying, William is 32, I believe, but he still has a lot of power left in him. Towards the end of the season, he was probably the best Chelsea player. He turned games around, he scored goals, he was creating chances. So I do think it would be a great signing for Arsenal, especially if he's free, right?
Yeah, he's free.
Free transfer, and a great player. Like you were saying, he can definitely give some advice to the youngsters like Saka, Martinelli, all of us, Inquieta. I think that's how I pronounce his name. But again, going back to like I was saying with Chelsea, yeah, they're gonna make Coutinho, William, but they can't forget about reinforcing the defense. You know, I think they need to go out and get one center back. That's only one solid center back to provide that wall, the feeling of confidence to their back end, and that way Arsenal can be a stronger team overall instead of just being a strong team up top, and then have options to finish top four, top three, you know, maybe go all the way to winning. But yeah, good signings, good options. So let's see what happens.
All right, so now we're gonna take a little flight to Italy. Before I even bring this up, we're gonna bring a crazy ass rumor that's hell no, not gonna happen. But I just want to say, Ronaldo leaving Juve. Will it happen? Yes or no? Let's start right now. Daniel.
No, he's already 35. For him to make that kind of move at this age, I just don't see it happen. Especially going to PSG. Like, you know how much drama the locker room is gonna have between him, Neymar, Icardi, Mbappe. You know what's gonna happen when there's a penalty kick? Who's gonna take it? Is Neymar gonna give the ball to Ronaldo? Is Ronaldo gonna give the ball to Mbappe? Like, they're gonna fight so much for the penalty kick. It's too many egos in one room, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it even goes back to when Cavani was, you know, up top. Like, you remember all that drama that was happening with Neymar
and Cavani's like so humble too.
Yeah, he's like one of the quietest guys probably out there. So I don't see it happening. And I don't think Ronaldo would leave Serie A to go play for the French league. I mean, I think league. You know, Ronaldo is still, you know, at the top of his game. He's still one of the best players in the world. Declining a little bit, but the numbers don't say that. But why would he leave Serie A to go play for, you know, the French league? I don't think he sees it as a competition. So just for that reason alone, I think, you know, Ronaldo's not going to do it. I think his main concern right now is the coach. So, which is
we'll talk about that soon.
Too. Yeah,
we'll talk about that soon. That's the next topic.
That's a no. That's a no for me.
Hav?
What are we talking about? Which one?
We're talking about Ronaldo leaving Juve.
I mean, I don't even know if we need to entertain that. I just feel like the only reason I could see him leaving is to follow Beckham and retire at PSG, and that's just ridiculous.
Oh.
Come on. There's no – I just feel like – I don't know. I can't see him going anywhere else except back to Man United, and that's not happening.
No.
Imagine.
After Italy, I see his next move being potentially MLS with Beckham. You know, I could see that happening. I could see that happening.
I'll
right?
move to Miami and just watch Ronaldo play every day, man.
Maybe that's just a dream of mine because watching Ronaldo would be interesting, no?
Yeah,
Watching him play.
especially
But
right there.
I'm curious to see what Pirlo is going to do with this team.
So that is our next topic. If you guys haven't heard already, where have
That's
you
crazy.
been? Sarri has been sacked by Juve. They actually made the decision even before the Juve versus Lyon game, but the Juve-Lyon game gave it another reason why. Sarri has been sacked. They appointed an inexperienced coach who was hired for the under-23s, the most
14 days.
legendary midfielder for Juve. Andrea Pirlo is the new head coach of Juventus. Now, I ranted this over the group chat, and I'll rant it once again. Unexperienced. This is his first time in a big league, too. What will he bring? Will he actually make Juve better a bit? Or will he make the same mistakes Sarri did? Keep rotating those players to see what the perfect formation for that. I see him struggling a bit, but it's the Serie A. Juve always wins this every year. So I say bad deal, bad transfer for Pirlo. Daniel?
I say horrible. Yeah, he was a great player, but like even as a player, did you guys ever see him talk? Like I don't remember seeing him talk at all, like ever. Like he's always so he was such a quiet player, you know. Like, he was like imagine like Ozil type of player. Like he kept it to himself. He was always quiet. Like so, I don't see him being that person who's gonna, you know, tell the players what to do, command the team, bring their spirits up when they're against the ropes, you know, on those tough situations. Like I just don't see him doing that. Was he a great player? Maybe he's gonna be good for the kids for the U23 team. Yeah, but like for the first team, someone to coach Chiellini, Ronaldo, like Buffon is older than him. Like it's half the team, literally half the team is like 5 years younger than him. So like it's unreal. Like when I saw that, I was like, wow, what are they doing? I get it. Yeah, it worked with Pep, it worked with Zidane, but again, they coached the Madrid's B team, Barca's B team for like at least a year. Pirlo coached the U23 teams for 10 days.
Not
He coached
even. He
one
didn't.
friendly,
That's crazy.
one friendly. So like, I don't know, I'm real.
Serge?
Yeah, I don't like you said. I don't see him as a leader. I think Buffon, if anything, would have been a better leader. You know, him being outspoken as he has been. I just feel like this is gonna be like one of those the AC Milan situations where they appointed Seedorf and Gattuso in Milan, and even then, like you guys were saying, you know, they coached a little bit before even taking on that role. So I just find it weird that they would appoint him as head coach, and especially out of the exit of the Champions League like that. Yeah, man, I don't think it's a good move without that experience. So I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out. We might be wrong. We never know.
Yeah, on paper, this doesn't look good for him. We know what we know what the benchmark is, and I want to see how he does in the league against like all these other managers that have so much more experience than him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen when he's in the Champions League. Is he gonna just get battered? It's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. But you never know. Like he could surprise us. You never know. He could be. I mean,
hopefully we're wrong.
You know, they always talked about how he was a genius. You know, he could see things that other people couldn't see.
El maestro.
El maestro, whatever. But we'll find out.
I mean, so next season, I would definitely pay attention to the Serie A, see how he does. But that concludes for transfer rumors on my part. Mr. Lobo, we'll do another transfer talk next week. Now I'm going to hand it over to Daniel to his favorite topic, and Champions League. Go ahead, Daniel.
The champions. So an exciting week of the Champions League. Low key, I don't want to talk about it. But we'll leave that game for last. So let's start with let's stay in Italy. Let's stay in Juventus and talk about the horrible game by Sarri between Juventus and Lyon. Again, Juventus needed to score 2 goals to advance. They did. However, Lyon scored 1 goal. I don't know if you guys saw the penalty kicks. Like the penalty kick against Juve, it was a slide tackle of Bentancur. He got all ball, and then the referee called a PK. And then the penalty kick for Juventus, Ronaldo, I think he took a free kick. He shot the ball. The guy had his hand like this. It hit him right here, and the referee called a penalty kick. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, what do you want him to put his hand? Like, his hand's like right here. Like, unreal." So yeah, Ronaldo scored his PK 1-1. Then he scored that amazing golazo outside of the 18-yard box with his left foot. It was an unreal goal. Now Mr. Champions, but unfortunately for Mr. Champions, his teammates didn't help him out at all. He played such a beautiful ball for Higuain. Higuain was alone in the box. He had the ball. But typically Higuain, when you need him the most, he disappears just like the Avatar. What do you call it? So, yeah, like Ronaldo, after he saw that, he was like, what am I doing here? So I think he's going to sell Higuain. Again, the lineup, it wasn't bad. He had Pjanic, Rabiot, Bentancur in the middle. Up top, Bernardeschi, Higuain, Cristiano. Defense, same as defense. Cuadrado, the lead. Bonucci, Sandro. Again, if you look at the bench, maybe Ramsey could have started the game. Maybe Dybala, but again, Dybala, he's been injured.
And he got injured again.
Yeah, he in the middle. He went on and then he came off in the middle of the game. So like,
who you talking about?
Dybala. He came on in the 70th
Dybala?
minute. Yeah, 70th minute, and then
he
had to be taken up on the 84th minute because he wasn't 100% before the game. They just put him on because they needed goals.
Yeah, they needed someone.
And then Lyon, surprisingly, Lyon played really well. I know throughout last month I kept saying Lyon and PSG are going to struggle because they won't have any official games compared to the Italian Premier League, all of that.
That was a big FU to you, Daniel.
Fact. But Lyon, they played really, really well. They impressed me.
Especially with Depay. Depay has been freaking showing off a lot. I think him and Lyon fit very good in the system, and I hope to see Lyon advance more. But they have a tough fixture. We'll talk about that later. But damn, move it.
But yeah, what do you have? Any thoughts on that game, Lolo?
Horrible. Sorry. Damn, you just threw again. Just relied. He just put the chess pieces out and was like, "Fix it up." I don't know what to do. And Ronaldo, my God, that free kick shows us why this man is Mr. Champions League. Oh, that's my favorite player. Why did Juve gotta do you so dirty? I really have nothing else to say except Lyon were the better team. Juve were ass, and I'm glad Sarri's gone. Benchwarmer Surge, take it over for me, man.
Yeah, I don't know or understand how Juve dropped this game. I said last week that Juve would have probably win this game moderately easily. I actually had the score flipped. I had Juventus winning this game 2-0 or maybe even 2-1 over Lyon, but Lyon came out confident. Depay has scored, I think, in his last 6 Champions League games, and he's just been showing off, like you said. I think they're playing confident right now. I don't think they're gonna go further than this next round, but Juve is crumbling right now, and I think Ronaldo needs a lot of help in that midfield. So let's see what he's able to get.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I don't know how they lost that game, and it's hilarious to me. So
yeah, it's crazy.
So much. Sarri deserves to be sacked, honestly. If you can't get past this Lyon team, I know that they have some players, and Depay coming back was probably a huge plus for them. They were freaking ramped, and they felt good. but there's just so much power in this Juventus team. It's clear as day who doesn't fit into the equation, and it's Sarri, you know. So might as well throw in the ball with someone new and try out Pirlo. Why not?
To be honest, Javi, it's not just the coach; it's that whole entire midfield and defense. My man DeLit, I spoke about this last week. He made the wrong move going to Juve. The kid is lost. He's getting wrecked in a farmer league too. The midfield needs to be revamped entirely. You gotta. I understand that Rabiot and Ramsey came in for free, but it's like they're completely useless. They don't fit the Juve team.
No, that was Sarri's fault.
And I feel like all this history of Juventus is just going down the drain. And I think Pirlo is gonna try to restore that. But like that game was just horrible to watch, especially for my boy Ronaldo, man.
I wouldn't go as far to say as that their history is going down the drain, but I do feel like there is slowly teams trying to catch up to them in every sense of the word, and they're going to do it eventually. And I feel like Sarri wasn't the right person because there's no way that you can't get a proper team out of those players. It has to be him. The Ligt did so well back at Ajax. Ramsey was always injured at Arsenal, but he's a box-to-box midfielder and he'll get you goals. Like he should be playing around with the midfields in Italy. So I just feel like Sarri was in over his head and he felt like there was so many things to do, so many things he could do that he wants to try out so many things that he got lost in his process. And after that, he didn't know what to do.
So yeah, unfortunately, Ronaldo eliminated once again from the Champions League, back to back, first time since 2009. It's first time last year, but I'm saying on 2009 he was eliminated by Lyon with Real Madrid. But again, first time in his career he's eliminated from the Champions League back to back and not making it to the quarterfinals. Big loss for him. Big loss for Juventus. Now moving on to the next game. Barca-Napoli. Actually, let's go back to Barca-Napoli. I expected a little more from Napoli. Towards the first 10 minutes of the game, they when they tried and attack Barca, they actually they had the first shot of the game by Mertens, hit the crossbar. But then Barca started moving the ball. They felt more confident. Lionel Messi woke up. He, at the end of the season, when he said we have to do a better job in our system, otherwise we're gonna lose against Napoli. And he said that he meant it. He definitely worked really hard these past few weeks to be the player that he was on Saturday. He put the team on his shoulders. That second goal, it was just literally him fighting, never giving up. He fell on the ground, he got up, he took another play, and he finished a shot, and
that goal
it was unreal.
For everyone of viewers, I run the Instagram page, Minuto Xtra, the podcast. That's the highest views and likes. That goal from him, 1,600 views, 400 likes for that goal.
Shout out to people that liked it.
Yeah, shout it out. Thank you again. But that goal from Messi, that
was
shows
amazing.
That shows the mentality that him, like what he said in the interview when they lost against La Liga, and he's just proved it again this season. But continue. I'll give you my final thoughts on this game, Coach.
Yeah. So the lineup again. Setien going back to the lineup that worked towards the end of the season with his diamond with 4-1-2-1-2. The backline, same as always, Semedo, Piqué, Lenglet, Jordi Alba. As a 6 by himself, Rakitic. Why? Because Busquets was suspended. The 8 and the 10, Frankie de Jong on the left side, Sergio Roberto on the right, and then the 6 and the you can say it's 8 and 7, and then as the number 10, Lionel Messi right behind the strikers, and up top, of course, Suarez and Griezmann. So Griezmann really didn't do much this game. He was more or less as a creating space, creating runs, so he could free up the space for Suarez and Messi. Griezmann will make his runs, to attract the defenders and make that room for Suarez and Messi to take advantage of that. Again, Messi playing an amazing game. That penalty kick was interesting because some people argue that Koulibaly didn't see Messi, and then other people would say, yeah, he didn't see him, but he almost took his leg off. I'll go with the fact that yeah, it's a penalty. At the end of the day, even though Koulibaly didn't mean to, he got his leg, he kicked him, he almost sent him outside of the stadium, and then Suarez took advantage of the penalty kick and scored. The Lenglet goal, I do believe that was a foul because he pushed the defender away from him with using both his hands, made him crash with Koulibaly, and yeah, intentional. So I think it was a foul. The ref didn't call it, but it is what it is. And then second half, I thought Napoli was going to do more. I thought Napoli was going to go out and attack. They did make some interesting substitutions, but the one that they needed to make, they made it way too late in the game with Milik. Napoli kept sending balls up in the air for their attackers, but I guess they didn't see who the forwards were. The forwards were Lorenzo Insigne, Mertens, and Callejon. Out of all three, the tallest player, it's freaking Mertens. You know how tall Mertens is? 5'7". Sorry, Callejon is the tallest player, 5'8". So they were fitting balls to attackers who are 5'8", 5'7", 5'9", while you had like center backs like Piqué and Lenglet who are like 6'4", 6'2". Then they finally put Milik. They sent the first cross is in. He has the ball, he scores. Unfortunately, it didn't count because he was offside. But I feel like Gattuso should have fed that early in the game and put in either Llorente or Milik sooner so they could send those crosses for them, and try to score a couple more games. I know someone in this group said that Ospina was the reason why Napoli couldn't advance. Someone with a yellow Arsenal shirt. I don't think it was his fault, any of the goals, to be fair.
Oh, come on.
But wait, let me finish.
Javi, you could talk after Daniel.
I don't think the goals were his fault, especially the Messi one. Yeah, he touched it with his hand, but I don't think he expected that. And the penalty kick, he had nothing to do with it. And then the Lenglet header, he really couldn't. Overall, Barca, great win. They were the better team, and they deserve to win the next one.
Last week we talked about, like, I called Messi and co losing this game. I really wanted them to lose this game because, like, I just feel like Messi doesn't step up. But you know what? I ate my words. And you know what? He did it. He stepped up big time. Like, he said, I don't know if he heard us or what was going on.
He said, Papi, I'm here.
He said, Papa, ha, shut up.
I mean, you're a totally different person today. You're DJ Javi.
That's why. That's why he changed his name.
The person died. So it was crazy to me. Daniel, look, listen to me. The reason I feel like Ospina on one of those goals was in the fault is because he was completely committed to the left side. And, I just feel like if he was more centered, at least even like a foot to the right, he would have gotten at least his fingertips. Anything on that ball, on that goal. He was literally a hand away from saving that. And because of his positioning, being so left-sided dominant, he couldn't get to it. So he left himself too open on that side. And Messi's a lefty. You can't do that at any point, So I think he was scared of getting beat at his near post, right? So he overcommitted. And then he didn't put logic into it and realized that Messi's a left-footed player and he's just going to curl it around him. So I think that one of those goals was definitely his fault. The PK, man, I don't think I've ever seen Ospina save a penalty kick. I could be wrong. Not at Arsenal, at least. Not at Arsenal.
I think for Colombia he did against England in the World Cup.
For Colombia, I think I remember seeing it. But, like, I just feel like, I knew once they got a PK, it was over, man. And I just feel like there was a point in the game where Napoli felt like they were to come back and potentially do something. And at that point, they didn't capitalize, and they didn't get anything done. And it's not even their fault. The quality just was too much for them. So, RIP, you guys did okay.
Yeah, I think Napoli had to capitalize the first 10 minutes. I mean, they were getting a lot of shots on goals. I know one of the shots was on target, hit off the crossbar. He
Yeah,
didn't get a really
Mertens.
good foot on it. Yeah, he didn't get a good good contact on the ball, which could have been a goal. And you know what? I thought Barcelona was gonna win this game. I thought that Messi was gonna fire up that locker room. I said that last week, and I just didn't think they were gonna come out and win with the scoreline 3-1. Messi being Messi came back. You know, he showed why he's one of the top players, if not the best player in the world right now. I mean, that second goal, Ospina's fault or not, you know, that ball, that was an amazing goal. So you got to give him props. You got to give props where props due. But how many times is Messi gonna put Barcelona on the shoulders? Like, how much does he have left in him before he's just like, man, fuck all of this? You know, like, why do I need to play 150% when everyone else is playing 70%? I'm like carrying the team on my back. So
Serge.
let's see what happens, man. But you know, you can never count Messi out. You can count Barca out, but you can't count Messi out. Even though sometimes he doesn't come up, though. Sometimes he doesn't show up too. So you know, you kind of take that with a grain of salt.
Serge, I agree with you. We don't know how long Messi's gonna do it, but we'll find out this Friday. But we'll talk about that later. Messi was Mr. Champions League this game. This man, he fired up, man. He shut me up. He shut me up last week.
A lot of people.
He shut us all up. You know what's so funny? I kind of do agree with Javi. Ospina had so much errors. I had to take off my glasses to make sure that's De Gea right there. But like, I don't know what Gattuso was thinking, man. Like, I told him to. I called him up. I was like, yo, you better attack. You gotta attack. He said, all right, we'll see. But no, he didn't listen to me. But like,
He didn't have a translator.
He didn't have a translator. He didn't watch our podcast. But yeah, Barcelona was a better team here. They capitalized more. They really took Messi's words to heart during the end of the season, because this Barca team that I saw was totally different. It was just phenomenal seeing Barca play. I said Napoli was going to win. Barca shut me up. They won 3-1, aggregate 4-2, right?
3-1.
3-1. So
sorry, 4-2.
4-2. You guys said everything what was on my mind. I really don't have anything else to say about this, but good for Messi, good for the team. I hope they can carry this to the next game they have, which is this Friday, but we'll see, because the other team is very, very informed. Which coach? I hope that's the next topic we have right now.
Exactly. Going back to the team that Barca's going to play. Bayern Munich had a game against Chelsea. Again, first leg finished 3-0 with all the Chelsea injuries. You know, but I think no one in their right mind saw Chelsea turning this around. If you looked at the Chelsea's lineup, bench, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from their academy. That's how many injuries they had. They had to call up 6 players from the academy so they can, have a bench, basically. I was a little surprised that Bayern came out with literally everything. The coach didn't do a single type of rotation. I'm shocked because Kimmich and Thiago, they had a yellow cards. If they saw a yellow card that game, they were going to be suspended against Barca. Luckily, they didn't.
Oh no, they said.
No, but for the future, for example, let's say Kimmich got a yellow card this game, and then let's say he didn't have a yellow card now, but let's say he got a last game, and then he got against Barca, then he wouldn't be able to be in the semifinals. But that's gone away. But if you already carry one from last game and then you had this one, yes, you could have been suspended for the semis, for the quarterfinals.
All right.
Mr. New Champions of Lewandowski. I call him Mr. New because he's coming out of nowhere. He scored 2 goals. I believe he has 13 goals. Yeah, 13 goals in 7 Champions League games. It's like insane. He needs 3 more goals to tie up to Ronaldo's 16 goals in 12 games season. Can he do it? Probably. Who knows? Again, this is Bayern's lineup right here. most likely the lineup is going to play against Barca. Kimmich, Boateng, Alaba, Alfonso Davies, Goretzka, Alcantara, Gnabry, Muller, Perisic, and then up top, Lewandowski. If Coman is fit, we might see him instead of Perisic. But I think Coman's still going to be injured, unfortunately. And then Chelsea, Chelsea try to do their thing. They try to create some chances. Hudson-Odoi had a decent game. N'Golo Kante shows that he's not the same N'Golo Kante from the 2018 World Cup. But again, not much really to say about this game. It was just a game that had to play because it was in the schedule, and that's about it. Bayern Munich, like all Germans, showed no mercy, and they played this game as if they were losing. They 1-1. So
No mercy.
Good for them. Impressive for them.
Number 7.
Winning mentality. And yeah, the aggregate score was 7-1. Nothing much to say then.
I'll let Javi talk this man. This man said Super Frank was going to come through. Go ahead, Javi.
No, but he changed his mind. Remember when we talking about the injured players?
Yo,
Once I heard that injury list, it was man. I think he predicted a 5-0 thumping.
I said 5-0.
Oh, yeah, Lobo said that. Yeah.
It was almost close.
He was close.
It was close.
There was no chance of them doing anything, honestly, and it's their own fault, honestly. So it is what it is. I feel bad for Barca coming up. I don't know how this game is gonna unfold, honestly. I think it's a really interesting game, not only tactically but like man for man. This could be this is good. This could have been the final, honestly, and I would have been happy with it, personally. I don't know if Messi's gonna show up. I don't know if Messi's scared of Bayern.
Shut up, chill. Don't be an alien. Don't wake him up.
Yo, I'm just saying, Boateng's injured, right?
No, Boateng is ready to play him again.
You sure?
He wants his revenge.
Oh, he's ready.
Injured?
Yeah, he's ready.
He might have a mystery injury the night before. Watch. You never know.
Laxatives on his coffee.
No, I feel like Alfonso and David are ready for that. They're ready for that. They're gonna do it. But
Anything for anyone on this game?
I have nothing to say, man. Byron just decimated them.
Let's move on.
You forgot about my man Serge, man.
Oh, no one said anything. Sorry.
Oh, no, I thought we were going to keep – I mean, I don't have much to say either. I'm just surprised that Bayern didn't bring out their B team. They won 7-1 on the aggregate. Bayern, for me, is going to win it all. I think Bayern's winning Champions League this year.
All right,
Bold statement.
I'm ready for a bet.
So, I don't think Barca has enough to beat Bayern. I don't think no one does at this point, to be honest. So let's see what happens.
If Bayern wins,
18-game winning streak, bro. 18 games.
I'm gonna call it bet right now.
It looks like they're playing scrimmage, bro. Like I remember the first game that post-COVID when they played Chelsea, that first game back. Well, they were toying with Chelsea, man. Like they look like they're playing scrimmage, like the scrimmage practice game against these teams. So let's see what happens. But man, I got Bayern winning it all, man.
If Bayern wins, I'm buying a jersey. I don't give a shit. I'm a Dortmund fan, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Fake.
I don't give a shit.
Ready, big dog.
Fake.
I'll probably guess the comment. But before you say something, Coach, warning. This is gonna be a long one. All right. This is gonna be a long one. We already hit our 1 hour and 1 hour and 20 minutes mark. So get ready, folks. Get ready, folks. Daniel,
I'm gonna take a whole space on this one.
Daniel, you can rant. Go ahead. I already said what I need to say in the chat, but I'll add on to what you got to say. Go ahead. Take it all for us.
So, Manchester City, Real Madrid. I was excited for this game. I saw the lineup. I was like, okay, I don't agree with the lineup. Why not? Let's go. So first, let me tell you the Man City lineup. Kyle Walker with Fernandinho, Laporte, and Joao Cancelo. Midfielder with Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan. And then up top, you would expect that it was Sterling, De Jesus, and Foden. But at the end of the day, it was Sterling on the right wing, Foden as the false 9, and De Jesus as the left winger. I was shocked by that move by Guardiola by him. We'll talk about it a little more later. And then the Real Madrid lineup Courtois, Carvajal, Militao, Varane, Mendy, and then the midfield Casemiro, Modric, Toni Kroos. Up top, Rodrigo, Karim Benzema, and that's it because I don't think the other players showed up. Hazard. Again, the first 10 minutes, I was telling like the guys that we saw the game with, I'm like, why is Madrid playing this game as if it's a scrimmage? And then some people were telling me, yeah, but you can't expect them to attack the whole game. I'm like, okay, you're right. Let's see what they do the second half.
No, bitch. I told you. Attack.
Wait. I was like, maybe let's see what they do the second half. But before we get to the second half, Madrid, I don't know why, like during La Liga, they were trying to do this. It didn't work so much. It didn't work too well, so they stopped doing it. But now this game, they wanted to go back to it, playing out of the back, playing like as if they're Barcelona from 2009, playing like as if they're Spain from 2012. We don't have the goalkeeper to do that. We don't have the number 6 to do it like Casemiro. Casemiro's great at winning the ball. He's okay with the ball, yeah, but he can't turn with it. He can't receive and turn. So, like, when Militao or Varane had the ball, they kept passing the ball back and forth to each other, because the high press of Man City was so intense that Casemiro was blocked, Toni Kroos was blocked, Modric was blocked. So the only option was Varane playing back to Militao. Militao played the ball to Varane. Varane thought he had more time against the Jesus. Like, the Jesus batted him like as if Varane was like a 5-year-old. He played the ball to, I believe, Sterling, and then Sterling just tapped it in. 1-0, 7th minute. I was like, great, here we go. But I was like, it's okay. It's all right. Nothing changes. We still need 2 more goals. It's fine. Let's go. Madrid actually did do better towards this 20th minute of the first half. So much that we equalized. Benzema played the ball to Rodrigo. Rodrigo played a ball to himself into the space. He sent a beautiful cross back to Benzema. Benzema had the ball like Cristiano was used to back in the day. 1-1. I was like, let's go. Game on. Second half came on. I was like, okay, 50 minutes. Looks like Pep, it's doing its tiki-taka style. I was like, that's fine. And then I saw the clock. I saw 60 minutes. I was like, okay, Zidane, for literally the whole La Liga, in the 60 minutes, that's when he made us up. Nothing. I was like, okay. 63rd minute, Marco Asensio's coming out. I was like, yes, finally. Hazard is coming up. No, he takes out Rodrigo. I was like, okay, I guess you want to leave. You want to keep playing with 10 men. That's fine. And then what does Pep do? He puts Bernardo Silva for Phil Foden. And then Kevin De Bruyne sends the ball. The ball is bouncing. Varane lets it bounce one more time. Varane sees Courtois open, according to him. He heads the ball back to Courtois. Courtois, I guess he just stayed as a zombie, as a statue. He didn't come up for the ball. De Jesus did go for the ball. He headed the ball. And, he kicked the ball around Courtois and tapped it in. I blame that goal for Courtois and Varane now, because Courtois he was shook that he didn't come out. But again, I was like, okay, 2-1. We need 2 more goals. We can do this. We're Madrid. I didn't see any attitude of Madrid. When you look at Madrid, Madrid of la remontada, as they call it, the team that comes back in the difficult time, the team that wakes up in difficult moments.
Very good time.
Modric was dead. Like you could see he couldn't even walk. Hazard was nowhere to be found. Every time he received the ball, he looked at Walker, he played the ball back. Walker had him in his pocket the whole game. And I was like, okay, where's Vinicius? They put the camera on Vinicius, he's sitting down next to Isco, just chilling. I'm like, they're not even warming up. Like, what's going on? 75th minute, nor Vinicius or Isco's warming up. I'm like, what's going on? 83rd minute, 7 minutes left to play. He puts in Lucas Vazquez, Valverde, and Jovic. Vazquez, a player who hasn't played at all the whole season. For Carvajal, I was like, okay, a little more attack. Jovic, another player who hasn't played at all the whole season for Hazard. And Valverde, that was the only stuff that made sense because Modric was literally gassed. But I thought it was too late. Like, yes, Vinicius is not like the god, the amazing player, but he creates chances. He makes the defenders get worried, when he has the ball. He's great at the 1v1s. Yeah, he may not be so great at deciding on the final third what to do with the ball, but at least he can get the ball there. And maybe he can get lucky like he did against Barca and get a goal. But no Vinicius, no Isco. Even though you don't like Isco level, Isco could have done something to this game than what Toni Kroos did. I feel like for me, Casemiro, Varane, Hazard should have been taken off like maybe the 45 minutes. Casemiro played like that was the worst game I've ever seen Casemiro play.
100%.
Varane. Sorry. I don't blame everything for Varane because I blame a lot to Zidane as well. First for the starting lineup, and second, he didn't react to the game. He couldn't read the game, and he was late on the substitutions. And then on the other side, Pep Guardiola played a fantastic game. I don't know if you guys saw when Pep played out of the back, when they played out of the back with Ederson, they knew what to do with the ball. Madrid was pressing, but there was a moment where like Laporte got the ball, and then Kevin De Bruyne would check in, but that ball was playing to the other side, to Sterling, for example. Like they knew how to make those runs to trick the Real Madrid press on their coming out from the defensive third, and every time they played a clean from the back, what we call it the second ball, if there's a goal kick, let's say Casemiro wins it, and then a Madrid player should win it. Madrid didn't win any single of the second ball attack. Why? Because we lacked of intensity. We lacked of trying to win for the ball. Why? We didn't have our man, our captain, our leader, Sergio Ramos. I think that's it, boys. Yeah, take it away. I'm gonna go put myself on mute and cry for a little bit.
I'm gonna let Javi talk.
And I feel like,
before you say something, Javi, I like how Daniel said, like, whenever Javi's with me, Madrid never lose a game. ¿Qué pasó?
I told them that they were gonna lose that game.
I think that only works about for
I honestly told them that they were gonna lose this game. They had no shot. Like, we talked about this last week, and I know I'm in a room full of Madrid fans, but I just felt like this is Klopp's tournament to lose. Klopp? I mean, it's his to lose, and I just felt like there was a lot of things that, you guys had a great run towards the end of the league, but I think it was pavering over a lot of cracks that were shown in this game. And I just feel like Madrid's not the same team as they used to be. It's not. I would be okay with Arsenal playing this team, and I would be okay with our results,
That hurts.
2-0.
I mean, they played in the preseason.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Come on, man.
Whatever.
But I do feel like at one point I saw Zidane look like he was out of ideas. And the second I saw that, I worried about him and the potential future for Real Madrid, because I'm not sure if he should be – he didn't make a sub until what minute, Daniel? Like, what was it like?
So he made the first one on the 61st minute, and then he made the other ones on the 83rd minute. But
yeah, that felt like some Papa Wenger shit right there, man. He was waiting for the 60th minute to do things. I just don't think he had solutions. I honestly think I don't know. I think Bale would have helped a lot in this game. I think if he was a relevant player in your team, he would have made a difference.
He didn't want to play. He didn't want to come.
Didn't want to play. Yeah, I mean, what can you really do about that? And yeah, I just think Sterling showed up, the whole team showed up, and they were up for the fight.
Yeah, I think this was more a case of Man City being the better team, obviously, but I saw a satisfied and comfortable Real Madrid team, and that's not a team that should be playing for a Champions League title or they didn't come with the right attitude. I mean, the first 3 minutes when Real Madrid was playing nonchalant, trying to play out the back, and you're seeing the Man City's front three pressing and trying to hungry for that ball, man. Like, I knew we were going to be in trouble when we were trying to play out from the back and we couldn't even make a pass across midfield, bro. Like, it was literally 10 minutes, and we barely got the ball past past midfield. So I knew it was going to be a problem. And man, I would have started Valverde. I mean, the starting lineup for sure would have been different for me. I think the biggest takeaway from this game was not only the defense and how much of a factor Sergio Ramos is in terms of leadership and putting that fire under them, but the midfield, man. Like, I remember there was one play where Kyle Walker was the right or left back. Kyle Walker, he was the right back. He took the ball all the way. He broke all the fucking lines, bro. He went through Casemiro, through Cruz, all the way, bro. He was playing as a midfielder, bro. And I was like, what am I watching? I've never seen that, bro. It felt like I was watching a high school game, bro. Like, just the way with ease how he got through that. Sterling was getting past fucking the center back too. Like, too easy. Everything was too easy for Manchester City. And Casemiro, like you said, Danny, this was the worst game probably I've ever seen Casemiro. He was losing the ball. The turnovers that Manchester City could have capitalized. I mean, this score could have easily been 4-1, 5-1, bro.
I forgot to say that Courtois saved us in a lot of chances.
Yeah, and like you said, Modric too. I mean, tactical wise, like, I just think Zidane and just like all of Real Madrid was just they were just comfortable with La Liga. I felt like they felt like they won La Liga and they were just like, fuck it. And you know what? When Zidane didn't make a change until the 68th minute, when he put in Asensio, I was like, okay, cool, he's trying to do something. But that wasn't enough. In order to win that game, you're not going to win that game with just one person. And then when in the 81st minute, bro, when I saw Jovic going in, I was like, this game's over, bro. Like, why? And then Lucas Vasquez, like, Vinicius wasn't warming up. I mean, Isco, even though I don't like, as much as I don't like the guy, like, he's played enough minutes. He has the experience, He can maybe do something. This might be a magic game for him. But, bro, Zidane had as much to do with it as Varane did. And look, even though we're shitting on the way Real Madrid played, Varane gave them both goals. So, if Varane didn't make those two mistakes, it could have been extra time. Maybe Zidane would have made better choices, and maybe Zidane just felt like this game is already lost because of, these dumbass mistakes that my center back did.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to say, but if Iran didn't make those two mistakes, the score would have been 0-0, none. So who knows what would have happened if those mistakes, the game would have changed out differently. But still, like, Real Madrid still they had way too much potential, way too much talent for them to play the way they did, and for them to play as poorly as they did, even on the strong side of Manchester City. I mean, that game should have been played a lot better in all aspects.
I felt like we're too comfortable always giving the other team like the away goal and then us coming back. I feel like we're too used to that.
Let me cut you off.
Yeah.
Let me one last stat that I saw actually today. So you know how we're saying Real Madrid attack. We needed goals. If you look at the stat line, Manchester City had 20 shots on goal, and Real Madrid only had 9. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that's just crazy.
This is guys. This is Real Madrid. We dominate Champions League, and this game, I don't know what Zidane was thinking. The minute that Sterling scored a second goal, he should have rotated a whole entire team. Right there. I don't know
if
what.
He wanted to win. He didn't want to win.
I don't know. I feel like
they wanted to go on vacation already.
To be honest, I felt like Zidane was satisfied with La Liga because La Liga is like so important to Madrid and what's this Papa Perez.
And he said that. He said that too. He was like, I'm going to win La Liga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I already won 3 Champions League, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because, I'm good.
But, this is our game, man. Champions League is where we control this stuff. Like, you shouldn't be satisfied by one trophy. No, you have to go after all the trophies. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your mentality? That lineup was poor. Varane's mistake. I love you, Varane, but those mistakes are horrible. The minute the second goal happened from Gabriel de Jesus, that was over, man. I was like, we're not coming back, and this is gonna be another mistake that we have to look from because now, like, what we have to offload some players, like. So definitely, I'm sorry, Bale, but like we have to get you off the checkbooks.
We gotta
Bell's
figure
leaving.
something
James
out.
is leaving.
Yeah, Isco has to leave. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, Isco has to
Let my
leave.
guys chill.
Vasquez has to leave. What? I don't know what the fuck they're doing. What is Zidane doing, putting him as a defender?
He's our Jesse Lingard. Right? Let him be.
So my thinking is like, all right, so yeah, Real Madrid won La Liga, hoorah, hoorah. But it doesn't mean nothing if Barcelona wins the Champions League. Then
Oh my God!
It's fuck La Liga title. So then it's just fucking like that season was a complete waste.
Yeah.
And like I don't like how Zidane's getting all this backlash. You know, even though Zidane, might have thrown away this game, but Zidane has done so much, especially from where Real Madrid started this season, where there was no aspirations for this team. He completely turned the team around, and we have to give him that. One poor game, I don't think could decide the downfall of him. I don't even know why people are saying like, what's the future with Zidane?
No, yeah. I feel like that's a freaking Chinguito show.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go back to DJ Javi right there. Pep brought this game, and what Javi said last podcast: if Pep wins against Madrid, they're winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was, as you guys were talking, I was like, if Barcelona makes some miracle and win this game, they're up against Pep's teams of Man City, and Man City has more depth than Barcelona. If you check Barcelona's bench, that shit was a joke.
It was like Chelsea's. It was like an academy.
It was a joke. And if you're gonna and if some miracle you go onto this, you're gonna get destroyed by Pep. The man who built that team knows how to work around that team. And he has a more squad in depth. So it's Pep brought this game, man. I praise him. This man, like, damn, it's just like I told you guys, Sterling was going to start the season. Sterling is the game changer. De Bruyne was the game changer. I'm like, bro, I told you.
Yeah, you knew it was over when Kyle Walker ran through the whole.
Yeah, bro.
That was it. Simple.
I was so sad when I saw that shit. I was like, my jaw dropped when I saw that, bro. I was like, that's Kyle Walker going through Hazard.
Everyone.
He completely left Hazard in the dust. And then when he went through Casemiro, you never see Casemiro get beat like that.
That's what.
And I was like, bro, that's our fucking CDM. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got this right back, fucked up Hazard, and you fucked up our CDM, and then played a pass into Sterling. I was like, bro, I have no idea what happened, bro. I just felt like they were demoralized. It was just, it wasn't a Real Madrid that we were expecting to see at all.
No, I feel like it's so crazy because we got the lineups all right with each player. It's just like Vinicius had to be a starter for this game. Like I said Rodrigo, but then after seeing that, I was like, damn, Vinicius should have been starter.
I think Valverde should have started.
I think it should have been Rodrigo and Vinicius to be starter, to be honest. Because I don't know what the future holds for Hazard, but he needs to wake up.
Listen,
the injury killed him.
Bro, we heard Hazard. No, that injury didn't kill him. Stop pretending. Bro, before the injury, he had like 1 or 2 good games. Come on. Bro, you know that. Come on. Don't feel.
I think it's just where they're playing. I don't think Hazard in this league, or at least in the system around Madrid, I don't think he should be playing as that left winger. He was doing really good when he was playing under Benzema. They were connecting really well. They were doing really good 1-2s, and they were scoring goals. I mean, I think all of Hazard's assists came with Hazard playing under Benzema, and Benzema kind of pretty much staying up front and playing as a false 9 too. So I just think I don't see Hazard on that left wing for Real Madrid. I think we have way deadlier wingers with Vinicius and Rodrigo, and I think Hazard, you leave him free under Benzema. I think he'll shine better in that type of formation or in that type of role.
Yeah, just moving back in the midfield because I feel like that's where he shined the most in Chelsea, to be honest.
Do you guys?
He started from the back.
Do you guys feel that Hazard feels and plays like a Real Madrid player? Even before,
What do you mean?
is he like a Real Madrid player?
He looks out of. He doesn't look. Yeah, I get what you're saying. For right now, it doesn't look like he fits. He kind of looks like an outcast. Like he's the big sign player that's there, but like really isn't doing much. I feel like I think Rodrigo has shown more than Hazard at this point. But I mean, like Hazard, how many games has Hazard played or started this season? He's only started a handful, right?
Yeah.
Like less than 10, probably. I'd say. Started maybe he played like 10 games.
Something like
Something like that.
Something like
I think he just needs to. I think he needs more playing time, man. I think that's what it is, and I just don't think that they found the spot for him. And I'm not sure if they're trying to build around Hazard. I think that was the intent of bringing Hazard, because I don't know how much Benzema has, but obviously Benzema has been carrying that team on his shoulders. So I think they just got to find a place for him. Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid has a lot of problems right now, bro.
Right. They have man. I feel like Modric has been playing phenomenal this season, but I think it's time for him to switch the roles and give it to Hazard. Because I feel like like I said, he played the best in that midfield. He wasn't like a winger, to be honest. He was not like a proper winger. He was best fit for the assists, the providing, setting up the goals for you guys. And sometimes he would do the free kicks. He will make that goal in. I feel like Zidane needs to think about how he's going to shot his lineup for next season, because he can't be playing the same thing, rely on the penalties, rely on Benzema, rely on our Capitan, even though Capitan is the best. But, like, he needs to really, really think about this, because next season we have to go for everything. We lost the Copa del Rey that early. We shouldn't be losing that early, man.
Honestly, bro, I can't see Madrid challenging for the Champions League for another 5 years. And you're talking about winning everything? I can't see him challenging for Copa del Rey next year. Maybe the league. I just can't see it. Their defense without Ramos, look what happened with one injury to Ramos. It was disastrous. It looked like I was watching Mustafi and David Luiz. So, like, I just can't see you guys even coming close to winning a treble next year, or even thinking about it. I think you guys have to sit down, press F5, see who stays, and see who you're actually going to build your team around, because there's so many question marks around not only Benzema, fucking Jovetic, you know what, Rodrigo, he's so young. Why does he have to be carrying all these deadwoods, you know? Why does Hazard look like a freaking $5 million player that they got from Sunderland? Why?
Stoke City.
Yo, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Something is wrong here. And not only that, you have a cancer named Bale. It's like our cancer named Ozil. Don't worry, we have it too. But, you know, at the end of the day, these things have to get resolved, because you think as an individual that doesn't make a difference. But when you have that poison in your dressing room, it transmits. It walks. It moves. Bale breathes.
100%.
Yeah, and if you're on that much money, and youngsters are not getting as much as you, and they're doing more than you, that's just embarrassing.
True. Yeah, he's like a bad apple. You know, he's just rotting that whole locker room for shit right now.
The only
who knows? Yeah.
The saving grace to Real Madrid is that they will invest. There is no hesitation. They want to be.
I don't think this season they're gonna spend.
They're not gonna spend
anything. Yeah, even Papa said.
The priority this season is to offload the players that they think that are not good right now, like Hazard, not Hazard.
Hopefully.
No, the James. They need to offload, because the main priority to take away from these 2 months, 1 month, when La Liga starts again in September.
Well,
yeah, La Liga starts in September. Yeah,
is it
the end of September, I think?
Okay, so
2 months.
Just your main focus, offload these players, and just do some like F5, man. Restart your whole thing, man. But I cut you off, Daniel. Go ahead.
I'm gonna press F5 and move on. I don't want to talk more about Madrid. It's been a horrible week.
Okay, one last question. Okay, listen to this. All right. Let's just say you had one choice of refreshing everything, right? Either your defense, midfield, or front line. What are you refreshing?
The whole team.
No. You can only pick one.
Front line.
I'm choosing midfield.
Defense.
Okay.
I like how we all have different answers.
My
We
front.
pretty much gave you.
Technically we're resetting the whole thing, but for me, the front line is the most important thing because you can't rely on Benzema, the GOAT, a lot, man. The young kids, they gotta step up, man. The GOAT. This man is a GOAT. You respect that name, man. He will. What was that?
Giroud won the World Cup. You didn't.
Listen, Giroud didn't win no Champions League, so shut up.
But he won
I
the
think
Europa.
he did. Didn't he win it?
No, he
was
didn't.
Arsenal. He was
He was an Arsenal. He was a fucking Arsenal loser.
Oh, chill out.
Show some respect.
Worry about Benzema and his porn videos, all right?
I think the front lines. We can always change up that formation. We have young players. We have Rodrigo. We have Ibrahim.
Vinicius.
We have Vinicius. We have some solid players that could play out in the wings, and we can change tactically the way that we play. But that midfield, bro, Modric needs to go. Casemiro, I think, has a couple years left in him. Cruz, he has his ups and downs, but I think he's starting to decline. He's starting to show that decline, and I think we need more solid defenders, like defending midfielders. We'll see what happens we have Mendy, Carvajal, Sergio Ramos game. We have issues everywhere, but I think right now we need a stronger defensive mindset in that midfield.
Yeah.
To help our back line.
So moving on from Real Madrid.
Daniel's like, no.
I'm trying to move it on.
Ask one more question, Javi.
No. Next week. So we're gonna talk about the future games we're gonna combine the future games with predictions. So I will tell you the games, and then I'll go back to each game and we'll give a prediction on each game. So the next games for the quarterfinals, which start Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday's the first game. PSG versus Atalanta. No Mbappe is in the lineup. In the squad. I'm 100% he's not gonna play. He'll play next round, but this round for sure he's not playing. It'll be interesting to see what PSG can do without Mbappe. Atalanta is a great team. They are. I don't know if they are the team with the most goals in favor. I think they're the team with the most goals in favor in Europe in all the leagues, all the major leagues. Defensively, they're okay, but offensively, they're a machine. They score so many goals. Next game, Leipzig against Atletico. Leipzig, they have a great team. However, they lost their number 9, their goal scorer, Timo Werner. He went to Chelsea. So we have to see now how they adapt to not having their number 9 in their team. And then on the other side, you have Atletico Madrid, who literally didn't lose a single game since post-Corona. They didn't lose a single game. They've been great on the back. Up front, he's been trying. He found Llorente as his solution for the number 10 to be with what's his face, Morata or Diego Costa up top. Joao Felix is fit again, so we'll see him playing more minutes for Atletico. So it's a good match. Bayern and Barca, like Javi said, this is literally like a final. Bayern with everything, literally. They have everything in their favor to go through. Lewandowski is playing amazing. Gnabry is playing amazing. The midfield, Thiago, Goretzka, great defense. Barca, unfortunately, you can't say no to Barca. Why? Because they have Lionel Messi. Messi can literally change everything in one play. He can change a whole game in one play. And last but not least, Man City against Lyon. Yeah, Lyon played a good game against Juventus, but that was Juventus, not Man City. I think Man City will definitely do the same performance that they did against Madrid and do a great job. Now, let's do some predictions. PSG Atalanta. I say PSG is gonna go through. Remember, it's one game only. With a score of 3-2.
Ooh.
Lovo?
Ooh.
3-0 PSG. My man Icardi, Neymar would step it up. Di Maria would give Neymar an assist. I could see that company. 3-0.
What you want, Serge?
I'm gonna have to go with Atalanta on this one, man.
This bitch.
I think Mbappe
respect
is
that.
not gonna play. Angel Di Maria suspended for this game.
Ooh.
Marco Verratti is not playing. He's injured in this game.
He's injured?
So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of missing pieces in PSG. I mean, they do
Have
still
it.
have that firepower. They still have Neymar. But Atalanta scores goals, and I think Atalanta is going to be the sleeper on this shit. I got Atalanta winning 3-2, maybe 3-1.
Lovo is like Javi last week, finding out all these injuries last minute.
Yo, Serge, let's make a bet on this shit, man.
Oh, shit.
Let's
We'll
make a
talk
bet.
about the bet on some other time, bro. Not right now. Don't put
Javi,
me on
what do
the
you think?
spot.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with Sergio on this one.
This
I'm gonna
bitch.
go Atalanta, bro. My heart says 3-2, but my brain is gonna go with a 3-1. Honestly, we'll see
For
what
Atalanta?
Atalanta. Yeah.
Interesting.
You guys suck.
Next game, Leipzig. It's 2-2, Lovo. It's 2-2. It's okay. Next game, Leipzig against Atletico. Again, no Werner. I don't see them doing much. So Atletico Madrid is gonna go through. For me, 2-1 Atletico.
I got Electrico winning too, 1-0. Just because of that grit that they play with. I think the loss of Werner is gonna be a huge part in this. So yeah, I have Electrico winning this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atleti too. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 win.
Ooh.
That's it.
Atletico, true. 1-0. Simeone likes to play with just score one goal, then park the bus. It's typical Simeone style. That's it,
So we all agree on Atletico.
basically.
For the most part.
Next game, the advanced final, Bayern Munich Barca.
Oh, it's a good one.
I'm gonna say Barca.
What?
I'm gonna say Barca. Messi again. Messi really wants to win the Champions League. Messi wants it. When you wake up, the beast. It's too late for everyone else. I say Barcelona is gonna win. Barca's gonna win 3. Not so much.
Hey.
2-1.
I think it's Coach Daniel's bedtime, bro. I think he's way past his bedtime, bro. I don't think
it's time.
It is past my bedtime for sure.
I think he's talking crazy right now. I think you can't. Yeah, you woke up the sleeping giant, but I don't think you can compare Napoli to Bayern. So I think Bayern's just gonna steamroll Barca. I think Bayern's gonna make it look easy, man. I think Messi can change the team. He can change the dynamic of the game. But I don't think he has enough to change it that much to the point where they'd beat Bayern. So I got Bayern winning this game 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
Yep. I'm with Serge on this one. Bayern, man, they have more in-depth squad, and they have legit the complete chessboard. They can switch out anything, and that squad will be strong. Like the only way I see Bayern losing this is possibly penalty kicks, man.
If Lewandowski has on.
No, not even just penalty kicks, man. If they're tied up and
so what's the score
for me? My God, shit. I'm sorry, coach, but 2-1 from Bayern. Lewandowski definitely scoring.
Javi?
You're gonna give Messi a goal.
I'm definitely gonna get that jersey if Bayern win.
Definitely a tough.
What?
I just feel like Barcelona is another team. Like they just have issues after issue after issue. But I don't know. After how they just like turned it on that other game against Napoli, it's just like whoa. You know, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go for Bayern. I got them winning 3-1.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I like that score.
I believe Messi is one of the greatest players of all time. I just feel like he cannot do it with the people that he has around him. Yeah, I think he's going to be a one-man team unless some of these players decide to step up. But I just can't see him doing it by himself. There's just too much for everybody else to worry about. You know, I don't think he's going to have a chance to even like do his magic. I just can't see it.
Last game, Man City Leon. I say Man City 3-1.
I got Man City 4-1.
I say Man City 2-3-0.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Pep's Blue Gang.
Hey.
2-0.
2-0. He's got to keep it professional.
I like that. I like that.
It'd be professional.
So those are the fixtures for next week.
You mean this week?
Great games. Sorry, this week. I don't even know what it is anymore.
It's Tuesday now.
Facts. Europa like plays today.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add before we say goodbye to?
Where we at for Friday, man?
I work, unfortunately.
You work?
I got camp. I'm gonna be coaching the future goalkeepers of America. I'm sorry, I can't.
I have nothing else to say. All I'm saying is Bayern better like pull up, man, because my final is Bayern versus PSG, man. I want that to be true.
Everybody still got the same team winning? Did anything change?
PSG.
PSG.
You got PSG taking it all?
Yeah.
You're saying the whole thing?
That's why he was so shocked before.
I forgot what I said before, but
You definitely said
what
PSG.
did I say, Bayern?
No, you said PSG last week.
No, but then I said Mbappe got hurt, so I changed it. No, Mbappe can't. PSG can't win it without Mbappe. No, there's no way.
You sure?
I'm gonna say City. Actually, no, I said Atletico. I've been saying Atletico. I'm gonna stay with Atletico.
Okay, Javi.
I'm gonna stick with City. I think, it's gonna be interesting. I think Pep's gonna win them their first Champions League this year.
I won't hear the end of it.
Never.
I got Bayern.
Dang, we have diverse, man. It's diverse, man.
But what do you say?
We have Atletico, PSG.
I said PSG, man.
Atletico, PSG, City, and Bayern. All right.
I love the diversity.
Yeah, no, because like I don't know. It's just this Champions League is so different because we got
everything.
You have three who have not won it, and you have two teams that have won it 5 times. So that's gonna be something.
Only out of the 8 teams, only Bayern and Barca won it. That's it. Everyone else didn't win it.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but Lyon and Atlanta and Leipzig are definitely not moving on.
True,
so that's why.
True. But then Atletico and City, they never won. So
you know what would be a good game tactically? Pep and Simeone.
Would it be boring as hell?
No, I don't think
it wouldn't be boring. It wouldn't be boring.
That game, Liverpool Atletico, that game was so exciting.
Yeah. That was it was a good game.
Atletico won.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say, man.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for listening, for watching, for another day, another week with your show, Minuto Xtra. I'm saying goodbye. This is Coach Daniel.
Mr. Lovo.
Benchwarmer Surge.
DJ Hop in the mix.
We hope to see you guys next week again. Hopefully, some great soccer, and we get to witness some great soccer in the week, and we will come back to see you guys next Monday. Take
All
care.
right. Also, follow the Instagram at Minuto Xtra, the podcast. I do live coverages on the Champions League. Follow us on the Instagram. Follow us on the Spotify, iTunes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post daily content every Tuesday since we record Mondays, all right? All right, guys. Peace out.
Take care.
Okay.